What's good? What's good? What's good? Boy, be near okay. Emerald Thoughts, man. Y'all see the title. Gonna be some very interesting convos. Gonna probably upset some people. It's gonna be some things taken out of context. That's how life goes. But we're gonna hop right into it, man. Like I said, y'all see the title. Has been inspired by a lot of the modern behavior I've been seeing from women. And I've been feeling this way, but it's almost blasphemous to say this out loud because it's one of the ones where you say all people or majority, and it's like it can't be majority. But when we start breaking these things down and realize how it's been rooted into them, it's almost it's isn't that how prevalent it is in the community will be very clear, even though it may seem like an outlandish statement to make. But I will get into this video real quick before I get into my whole bag. So let's get it.
These soft life girls are leading y'all astray. They are literally co-opting sex worker tactics and a sex worker lifestyle. And I'm going to get into it. So hanging out at a bar and waiting for someone to come pay for your food, that's freestyling. That's literally hoeing 101. That's escort 101. Y'all are expecting all this from a lifestyle that y'all are not ready to be in. If you are ready to be in that lifestyle, go off. But y'all are being led astray by women who are portraying themselves as soft women when they're the working girls. Ain't nothing wrong with being a working girl, but y'all gonna have to really understand, like, there's some hoe shit. Like, for real, for real. There's some escort shit. There's some 304 shit. There's some walk the track shit. There's some, if you in that lifestyle, you get it, and that's it.
So what she's saying is very, very prevalent and very, very clear to me, but it seems like a lot of these younger girls don't really realize where these influences are coming from. And a lot of times when you look at the most like sexual liberated, the most free speaking women, the women that's like always have something to say against marriage and men, they're always OnlyFans. Like a lot of the most loudest women in the room on Twitter right now be OnlyFans women. So when you be when you start to realize like I said, where a lot of these influences are coming from, you start to be like, oh, I can see how it is leaked into like the average day women. And like she said, she explained that just when the last time um a woman has bought a drink, you see like YouTubes and things like that where people ask them outside of the clubs, and women proudly by the hundreds, by the thousands, by the millions, every time they have these type of conversations, oh, I never pay for my drinks. To some level or another, that's prostitution, especially when it's premeditated and it's not like an organic thing. They literally look, they go to the club, they dress nice, they entice men, they tease men, they look at men, get men to be somewhat moderately attracted to them for them to buy drinks and then act like that man don't exist. And yes, it's a game, but at the end of the day, you're using your looks to acquire something you deem is valuable. Now, obviously, it's just drinks, so it's like, well, I'm not making money, but at the end of the day, there's a value. It's a transactional thing happening based on your looks. That's prostitution. You just choosing to only get fucking free drinks out of it. So that's on you. But at the end of the day, it's still prostitute behavior and activities. And normally I let the whole video play and then I kind of dissect the little things that they say because it'd be multiple points. So that's what we're gonna do here.
These soft life girls are leading y'all astray.
And then another thing I know about the soft life is it's usually a like now I want to live my soft life after I've been living this rough and hard life. And I mean, at the end of the day, the rush and hard life is really just them hoeing. The hard life is just them going through trauma and them being fast girls, hot girls. That's the hard life. And then the soft life is like, oh, let me be my let me try to be wifey material. And it's no different. Rollo Tomasi, Kevin Samuels, they talk about it. These women go through their party phase and then they boom go to their wifey phase, or now it's called the soft girl phase. Women are very good at labeling and creating narratives around their life. Like it's that fairy tale shit. They always able to depict or make something grandiose than it, more grandiose than it seems, or something like that. They can be pretentious from time to time. Is that the word? Yeah, pretentious. So that's when it comes from, like them telling their own story or them trying to like create this, like basically put makeup on their story. Like we see them put makeup on their face 24/7. We see them try to filter themselves to look more beautiful. It's no different with their life story. They're going to filter things out. We're going to call it lies because obviously it is to a degree, but that's essentially what they're doing. They're putting makeup on their life story to make them look better. Same thing as their physical looks. Of course, they're gonna do. If they do it, they looks like that so much. Of course, they're gonna do it with their real life mentalities and things like that. So yeah, the soft girl and hard girl is just a rebranding, which I mean, women are smart. They know how to rebrand.
They are literally co-opting sex worker tactics and a sex worker lifestyle. And I'm going to get into it. So hanging out at a bar and waiting for someone to come pay for your food, that's freestyling. That's literally hoeing 101.
It's freestyling. It's hoeing, and I'm trying to think of like other scenarios you'll see that happening, but it's like a drug dealer on the corner, essentially. You just waiting for your next buyer. And that's what a woman's doing. She like, look at my body. When they go to these clubs and things like that and get free drinks, they put half their body out there, show all the cleavage. They even look like they're going to be hoes. Like a lot of times these women be confusing because they look like a hoe, but then they'll try to act like they not. And it's like, well, I was supposed to come at you a different way. My bad. I was judging a book by the cover like most people in this world. So, yeah. What was I saying about that?
Hoeing 101.
But yeah, essentially it's them putting a market, putting a brand out there and seeing who's gonna buy it. And they do that every weekend. At some point you gotta look at that as a form of what do you call it? Like prostitution. Selling yourself. And it's such the lowest standard of like selling yourself. Like essentially like we talk about sellouts and things like that, or people that tap dance, but to a degree, at least they're using their talents. To a degree, at least they're using intellect. To a degree, they're not even sellouts. Then there are the coons and shit like that, which are real life sellouts. But I forgot I was on live. It might be somebody watching. I'm in it. We good. But it's early as fuck in the morning. But essentially, I got distracted, like thinking about me being on live. But I mean, I basically said everything I need to say with that point. We can move on to the next part of the TikTok.
That's escort 101. Y'all are expecting all this from a lifestyle that y'all are not ready to be in. If you are ready to be in that lifestyle, go off. But y'all are being led astray by women who are portraying themselves as soft women when they're the working girls. Ain't nothing wrong with being a working girl, but y'all gonna have to really understand, like, there's some hoe shit. Like, for real, for real. There's some escort shit. There's some 304 shit. There's some walk the track shit. There's some, if you in that lifestyle, you get it, and that's it.
But this is the thing, like, I just want to type something to see what pops up. Modern girl aesthetics. Oh no, let's spell it. But like a lot of like modern women do a lot of whole shit, like even with their dressing. Obviously with showing cleavage, how they like I seen a woman today, she had on black tights with shit. She was wearing a thong essentially. So you seen both cheeks like clear as day. Like it's like if that ain't being a hoe, I don't know what is. But they'll try to make it seem like, oh, we being policed. Y'all treating us like you treat the people in the Eastern world. It's like, at the end of the day, no, I just disagree. And that goes to my point I had earlier, just being kind of funny, but I was also dead ass. It's like, how many times have you seen this video? How many times have you seen a honey video? We've all watched World Star After Dark. We all seen black hip hop late night. We've seen this 1,000 times, but this is like a woman basically flossing. This is a woman basically stunting on people. It's like, look at my body. I'm so in love with my body. I'm so in love with this. But it's shallow because it's like that's God giving her shit bought at best, or at worst, I should say. So you get tired of seeing this because it's every girl. Every girl I follow, or every girl you can follow, has at least one of these. And I'm being a little hyperbolic when I say that, but they all have the pictures when they went to the beach. They all have the pictures when they was on the boat. And it's all a form of enticing. It's all a form of trying to get a man through physical means and looks. And it's like, it's fine to a degree. But only reason I say it's fine to a degree because men are naturally visual. But the thing about men as well is that we also can compartmentalize things. And the thing about men is we really don't often change our mind. If we think you're a hoe and you're scandalous and you got videos like this on your social media, it's like, well, if I seen this, I got turned on. You got 500 likes, 50K thousand likes. There's half of them at least men. 2/3 of them likes are just at least men. And if I had the courage to hit on you and maybe got your number, it may be that easy for somebody else, especially when you're advertising like this. So yeah, it may attract the urge of sex out of men, but it doesn't attract me taking you seriously or me wanting to be with you. So a lot of times what I be seeing on social media, women only appeal to the hoes, like the sexual side of men. And that's usually speaking to them being promiscuous and hoes. Most women, they don't come off as somebody you gonna take serious. From the ass that they always gotta put in the picture, to the videos they gonna post, to the dates that they always gonna go on and be constantly being used. It's like, you don't wanna be the next dude. That's just the next guy up. So I seen this and it's like, I get it. Men gonna drool over this shit, but these be little boys to me. And to me, it's like, you can call me, oh, this nigga homo. Well, how the fuck? It's like, bro, I've seen this shit for at least 15 years now. And I ain't gonna say 15, but it feels like it has been a solid like 10 years to a point where we've been like, bro, social media and what women are doing on social media, you had to beg for them to, not even beg, but you'll have to really run some game to get them type of pictures on your phone. Now, it's got a lot more rampant and a lot more worse the last like 3 or 4 years with OnlyFans, but let's be real, it's always been like that on social media. So, in my eyes, that shit don't even be sexy no more because it's like flagrant stunting. Like, it's no different than when a dude in the hood come into the hood and he's stunting on niggas. Like, niggas love wealth. Niggas want to be that, but the way that you doing it is only infuriating me. It's not inspiring me. So it's no different. You stunning, you showing off. It's the same with women. Other women, they gonna be like, look at this bitch. Like, trying to show off and shit like that. And it gets to a point you be desensitized because what? At some point, I'm grown, bro. And it's only so much jacking off you can do. It's only so much horniness you can be before you be like, bro, it's over with. As far as like getting turned on by IG models, bro. At some point, that type of level of like that shit turn you on, it just goes out the window because it's cartoony. A lot of this shit. This is a cartoon body. I mean, yes, it might be natural, but at the end of the day, that's cartoonish, bro. This lady body is cartoonish. And to me, in my eyes, like I said, I know every man not gonna agree with that, but I don't know how much more you need to see of women doing shit like this on every TikTok, every picture is this. The most simplest shit, but she's gonna get, look, 103. Like, imagine what this does to the mind, bro. Like, people be like, oh, they abuse women and don't let them show themselves. They don't, these women are not free. It's because, what's that word? Not envy, not jealousy, not greed, but it's the word when you idolize yourself. What's that word? Vanity. it's so easy for a woman to be vain, and I've talked about this before. Just how easy it is for, excuse me real quick, just how easy it is for these young men in this chat, and even I'm sure some women in there too. That was just, I'm sure some women in here too that's just mesmerized by this woman's body. You can see it. These women be mesmerized by themselves as well. Watch this. Watch the vanity in her face. Most people won't call it out. Oh, maybe it wasn't in this one. I could have swore I seen that little. It's in here, but it's very subtle. But I see the vanity more in more clear in some of these. Kicking big shit with my feet on them. I ain't even gotta touch the bitch. Like they be proud like they did something. Obviously, this was horrible. She tried this shit more than once. They just be so proud of themselves and showing themselves off. But we look at it as like, oh, they're just having fun. They're just goofy. That shit be vanity because all this different shit is marketing and them showing their body off. It's them dancing and this is them getting the angles right. This ain't no intellectual challenge. It's not what's the book challenge that niggas was doing, a stack of books instead of a stack of money. It's not that challenge. This is a challenge for vanity. This is a challenge for dancing. This is a challenge to show their ass off. It's clear as day. But these are average women. She's supposed to, she don't look like a hoe. She don't look like she's gonna be in a strip club any time soon, but she's doing the same behavior to get male attention. And she's gonna entice the same behavior out of a man that strippers do. So what's the difference? Besides her looking like a good girl. Low key worse. Gotta ask though, I ain't gonna lie. But this.
Please don't let her.
Damn, she got 3 of them bitches. It's thirsty as hell. I ain't trying to watch no dudes do this dance, bro. Chill out. Well, I can just scroll up and down. It's vanity all through this shit, bro. I know y'all see this. Look how, like, 9 times out of 10, she might be fake. It could be real, but look how proud she is of her fake self, and the attention she gonna get from this. That's where that smile be coming from. That little, like, it's them being in love with their body, but it's also them knowing the attention they gonna get. And to me, bro, it's just nasty. and obviously they twerking or doing their little version of twerking. But it's no different. We see black women be like, oh, these women keep twerking. Now, all these other women get other ways to show their ass and twerk and do all these different things and show off their promiscuity in different ways. Like, almost every woman has some promiscuity shit on social media, advertising themselves sexually. Is that not prostitution or attempting of prostitution? Some of them are ugly, so it just don't work out. But ain't that the same damn thing? You can't tell me it ain't. Oh, here go a nurse. Trying to show that ass off. And it's never a girl with no body either. It's always a woman that got a decent body, bro. That's what I be laughing at, bro. Like, you look at these women and you take them more seriously than they take themselves. If every picture she got is her gotta show her ass in the picture, or she gonna have a montage of the day and it's always gonna be one, bro, that's a hoe. A woman that's looking for a man, constantly go to the club, trying to buy drinks, trying to get into nigga section, that is a hoe. And the reason, like, and what people gonna be like, well, how she's a hoe? She's putting herself in situations that are inevitable. I used to say this all of the time. I don't trust myself, so I don't put myself in certain situations. If I'm in a relationship and I love the girl I'm with, I will not be in a room alone with a girl ever. Like, I mean, not ever. Like, I could be in a doctor's room or some shit like that, but like in a like an intimate setting at my house or at her house, or I'm at my friend's house, but they in their own room and we in our own room. Yeah, I could be like, oh no, I'm a strong person. I can play with fire. I know I'm attracted to women, but I'm so strong. I can still be in the room with them. But stop it. So what if she start flirting with you? What if she like you? And you know you're not over there for no reason. So she probably already was trying to kind of feeling you. Now she want to get a full, test or whatever. So yeah, you can play dumb and shit like that, but a lot of times people put themselves in a situation to then act like they were oblivious to shit. It was like, well, I didn't mean for that to happen, or I didn't want that to happen. That's fucking cap, because the trail of tears or the trail of things that need to happen before you can even get into these situations, there has to be a lot of conscious actions. And you can't, no one's a complete dumbass not to put themselves in that situation. For the most part. Now, there may be some special circumstances I'm thinking of that I'm overlooking, but get down, mamas. I think she know I got this camera right here now. She get right in front of that mug. So, what was I saying? So, once again, these women going in them bottles and getting these sections or constantly going to the club where every nigga at the club is looking for a woman. Every night, a nigga may not get a woman, but they're going to eventually hit. That's why men go to the clubs. If men went to the club for the last century or thousands of years, whatever versions of the club that there were, and they never got a woman, they wouldn't go any fucking more. Men do shit that's logical. Women be up there, they be drinking, they be thirsty too. They just gonna act like they not, and you just gotta crack that shell. And one night is gonna be your night. It's no different than a woman. She could be the most strong woman. She rejects everybody. Eventually, it's gonna be the right circumstances. The nigga smell good. He look good. He got the right stature. Bought her the right drink. His favorite drink, her favorite. It's gonna be some dumb shit. So she put herself in a circumstance to be hit on, and in the circumstances where she's probably been drinking and where she's probably having fun. So how heavy is your guard up when you're really having fun? Come on, bro, stop it. So it's no different than these women that be on TikTok. They can post this and be like, oh, I'm just this goody girl. I would never get on OnlyFans, but they got a TikTok twerking and they DMs is on fucking fire. And some of them niggas do send them money. They just don't have to have an OnlyFans. So it's a lot of benefit to these women doing this shit. She got 484K. And let's be real. She may be a pretty woman come looking at her AV, but she's mid in this fucking shit right here. Oh, I mean, okay, she kind of pretty. When the pause kind of had a little bad, but even if she's not the thickest girl in the world, but this attention gonna skyrocket her. Like, that's a lot of attention, bro. She keep doing this, she gonna post another one, she gonna get up, she gonna have an IG, and it just seep into she just gonna that's the thing with this too. Once a woman gets one glimpse of that shit, of, oh, that can give me attention, that can make me pop, they slowly start to take off more clothes. They slowly start to show more ass as well, which also slowly leads to more engagement of the sexual activities from men, and which also puts women in that role to not understand the difference between a man trying to take her serious or a man just trying to fuck, because most of the men in her DM are just trying to fuck, but in her eyes, that man got money, so he might want to take her seriously. Don't know why she would think that, because obviously she's doing whole shit online, but women make up these narratives where, oh, I'm not an OnlyFans girl. I'm not this, I'm not that, so he should take me seriously, even though you have questionable posts online. And this is a questionable post. In real life, people will call this a hoe. And this like fake double talk, can't say the reality shit, this is not her hoeing. But this is a difference. This is a clear difference. She obviously marketing her beauty, but she probably don't have a body. But it's a difference, but it's still similar. But I ain't gonna lie, I rather a girl like get her shit off because she pretty more than her ass. Cause it's just like I don't know. Maybe that's just me being biased, but it's definitely similar. It's definitely similar if I'm being real. Cause it's the same effects. You advertising, you marketing yourself. But if you pretty, you pretty. So that's gonna happen anyways. But showing ass, you gotta literally turn your whole body. You gotta literally put your ass in the camera. So, and that's the thing too. When I see a girl and like she don't have no pictures of her turned around and stuff like that, I'm like, she's conservative. That's good. Like she may be a wifey material. Versus like you see a girl every picture of her ass, bro. Come on, bro. Don't can't even dance. Look like a fucking. But it don't matter. It don't matter. She gonna get views because she got an ass, and that's fine. But bro, I don't know. I don't know how I can call most women hoes, and they can do different type of trends and shit like this every other week. There's like this. The kick the big shit on is just the new busted challenge. Or it's just the new, like, bro, it's a challenge like this every other week when a woman can show off her her whole ways. I can't say the P word for some reason, promiscuity or whatever. So when I say this, man, let's go into some more stuff besides these videos. When you look at the modern girl aesthetics from a bunch of tattoos, a bunch of earrings and piercings, they don't realize where that aesthetic comes from. It comes from mostly whole type of women. Or shit, when you talk about like a bunch of like nose rings and stuff like that, women that may be dominated, or women that wear leashes and shit like that. But then you'll see that it's the same fucking shit with the children, bro. It's the same shit with the children. They leak shit in, and it's like you think it's new fashion, but you don't really know where it comes from because you're not ingrained in those cultures. So you will pick up things that really mean a lot of other shit and you have no idea. And it's the same with I think they call it BDSM with the kids that they were doing with bondage and with the teddy bears and shit like that. It's no different than women wearing chokers. Like that shit was historically only used for women that like bondage. But it got to a point where that's a modern girl aesthetic now. But that's technically been synonymous with hoes, and a certain type of hoe at that. Like the hoes that like to get spit on and all type of shit. It ain't even just like a regular hoe. Like she was like a filthy hoe. But women will wear that shit like it was like it had no meaning. And I don't know if it's just like, corporations and these nasty, people that create fashion and stuff like that are just weirdos, and they want to try to play with and push the lines of the regular people, or what? Or is it just modern women want to be rebels and this their way of showing it? I don't know. Hair color, crazy hair color, a bunch of different crazy hair color that used to be synonymous with hoes. Obviously, showing cleavages, obviously. The tattoos is another thing because it implies like when men used to get tattoos, for instance, it was something that was like earned. Like you made it into manhood, or you came back from a tribe, or you got a kill or some shit like that, or a buffalo or some shit. So you got another mark or some shit like that. Versus the women that do it is more based on vanity and stuff like that, to a degree. And similar, like I said, back in the day, the women with tattoos were looked at as the women that were hoes. You see a woman with a bunch of tattoos, daddy issues. It's like a kid that's drawing all over themselves. You're a woman. You're built beautiful. So now you about to just draw all over yourself. I'm talking about like a bunch of fucking tattoos at that. Like a little ankle tattoo or some shit like that, whatever. But like you're like tatted the fuck up, daddy issues. That's what the go-to with men. Tongue ring, daddy issues. Gauges, daddy issues. I'm just being funny. But we used to look at those nipple rings, nipple piercings is the perfect example of it. Every regular woman got nipple piercings. Why? Because it was a cool aesthetic. But let's be real. What did that make y'all look more like? Hoes. Who did that originally? Hoes. But it's like, I don't know if people are short-sighted or whatnot. But it's clear as day to me. And the biggest thing was like, well, just because I wear it doesn't make me this. Technically does, man, because you got to think of the years of programming on the man and woman side. Because when women used to see these things, they'll say the same thing about a woman. Like, oh, look at that woman not covering up. Look at that woman with all that. Oh, that woman must be, like, women to think the same thing. And a man to think that too. Oh, that girl must be easy. So when you see a nose ring, there's been millions of tropes created around women with nose rings and tongue rings. You think you're going to be the first woman to get a tongue ring and no one mentions this conversation to you? These experiences not going to come to you? These dudes not going to approach you this way? Like, the inevitability that you're going to start to embody the things that you wear is what it is. It's no different than when a man puts on a uniform. He starts to embody whatever principles that uniform standard requires. Like, a dude could not been a cop and say, I'm gonna ride for my black people, then become a cop and start kicking niggas. Why? Because it's only a matter of time before you get ingrained in the culture that you're wearing. Because what? Guess what? You're gonna attract like-minded people. The women that come up to you are gonna be women that like to push the line, women that like to be hoes. The men that's gonna come to you are men that like easy women, men that like hoes. So the jobs that you're gonna get, oh, she's a pretty girl. Oh, she's a promiscuous girl. Maybe she could be a bottle girl instead of an office assistant. Because if she was an office assistant, everybody's gonna try to sleep with her, and that's not gonna work. Wives gonna be mad. Husband's gonna be getting fired. Family's gonna be destroyed. So she can't be working in an office. She's too much of a hoe for that. I cannot get the P word off today. I am not pushing P. But yeah, the cat's out the bag essentially. But let me see. I was gonna talk about the aesthetics, and then I'm gonna talk about something. Aesthetics. These things that you see women wearing, women love the cat ears. That's usually always considered promiscuity. A lot of streamers you see wear that, these type of those ears. That's all technically on some other shit. You could say it's a little satanic, but usually you see women that do stuff like that be in a sex working field too. Color hair, fishnet. Fishnet is a big thing. You see a lot of white women do this more than black women. But I have been seeing black women wear the fishnet shit too. It's like they want to push the line and be every woman. I could be a hoe and I can be the housewife, and you should respect me as a woman. It's like, okay, I respect you as a woman, but guess what? Not as a wife. That's fine. I'm just looking at other aesthetics that it's became so normal that we don't even notice it anymore. Red lipstick, red clothing in general, vibrant colors in general. It screams you want attention, and for women, it depends on what day it is, but most of the time they want that attention. Sometimes they'll cap him, be like, "Oh my God, all these niggas on me. I can't go buy a bag of chips without being hit on. Oh, I just can't. But meanwhile, she wearing a red leather outfit to the fucking gas station. I'm being funny, but oh, like the thing about a woman is they're already beautiful. They're already the centerpieces of a room. If a woman is beautiful and walk in a room, she don't have to be wearing much. Her presence alone, especially men and women, because women gonna be intimidated by her, and men gonna be interested or curious. You don't need much. So when you start to wear shiny shit and all this like vibrant shit, it come off as peacocking. But no one's gonna call out a woman. It's no different than a man with short syndrome. He gotta have a big old truck that's super loud, that's lifted. Like, come on, you're overdoing it. You're overcompensating, bro. And there's no different. A woman would naturally, in her right mind, if she was, confident, smart, and trained the right way as far as growing up, she would never do that, because why would she do that? She don't need any more attention than she already gonna get, because she's already a lot of attention. Let's be real. So knowing that, you add all that other shit, it's just based on insecurities. You gotta be vibrant. You gotta make sure you're seen. Insecurities. You gotta show your ass everywhere you go. You gotta have some cleavage out. Insecurities. Because if you covered up, men was gonna be attracted to you. If you just had a little bit of skin showing, men was gonna be attracted to you. You got all that shit out. You thirsty as fuck. We don't be calling out this shit as much as we should. But a lot of these women be so thirsty, bro. The women that got ass in every picture, the women that's in this TikTok, they be thirsty, bro. They be thirsty. And they do shit that shows that, man. Because, like I said, a dude would get called lame, or dude would get called so the version of the male version of this is a man like walking around with a stack of money everywhere he go. Or just loud everywhere he go. Or honestly wearing a bunch of chains and shit like that too. You could consider that overcompensating, bro. Especially if you famous already. But you could say, oh, people like it or whatever, but at the end of the day, I still feel it'd be similar. There's many other things that men do to overcompensate and stuff like that. But it's normally not do with looks. Men kind of overcompensate with other ways. But you do see that. Like I said, with money or with their cars or trying to do shit like that. It's like to some point they earned it, so I get it as a man. Versus a woman with looks is just like she's just showing off something that God given her. So it's like it's not even close to being this. It's probably worse. Because a man flexing his money and stunting his money, at least he earned it. You didn't have to do shit to earn that body, unless you kind of worked out and things like that. But even then, that's still based on somewhat genetics and shit that God given you. But I wouldn't hate on a woman for that. But even then, it's like if you working out and stuff, your body gonna naturally show itself off. You ain't gotta over show shit. Like I said, the woman today got on black see-through tights with a thong on. It's like, do you really? It's what they call it. It's overkill. It's overkill at some point. It's like you couldn't possibly hope you're gonna attract the right type of energy out of a male or even other women or society. Like, and these be the same people that want respect. I guess, man. And when I say respect, I mean on the level it's like take me serious, wife me. It's like, bro, you're not even showing that level of. A lot of these, and the biggest statistics about this stuff is social media has basically declined the male interaction with women, and I feel like shit like this is because of it. They can get the right attention they want because the way that they can fish for the minute they want is just insane. When they willing to sell out and do the different host shit or whatever, that's how they feel. But this should just be average. It be marketing to show off their looks, and A lot of times it drives people ego to a point of no return. And if you look at like statistics of men, ever since the invention of the iPhone and the applications and things that came with it, the ratio between men having sex and women having sex has changed significantly. Women has pretty much stayed the same and went up a little bit since the iPhone has dropped, and men have went down by like 20-30% on the amount of sex that they have and shit like that with women. And I feel like this environment, these type of TikToks, Instagram, of course, is all reflections on why we are in this circumstance and why we in this situation.
Kicking big shit with my feet on 'em. I ain't even gotta touch the bitch cause her baby daddy beat on 'em. No, for real, beat her ass, then he skeet on 'em. Kicking big shit with my feet on 'em. I ain't even gotta touch the bitch cause her baby daddy beat.
Wow, that was fucking horrible. But yeah, man, all I gotta say is I truly feel that most modern women have that in them, that hoish in them. And the reason that I'll even go further with this is feminism. Feminism is free the nip. Feminism is all about our sexual liberation and all these different things. And all those are hoe. Like the lady said earlier, these are things that come from women that are hoes. These are things and tactics and ideas that women of the whole nature embodies, because that's the lies and things they need to tell themselves to keep staying strong in that industry. Oh, I'm sexually liberated, or sex workers should be respected like regular work. I'm just trying to make these are all the same different bullshits, right? So not only are women incentivized with social media to, show off and be hoes, one of their main core beliefs, and even if they don't even know they're a feminist, it's be in them, because you gotta think of how much movies and TV shows is pushing this, how many other women is pushing this, the sisterhood, how much the sisterhood is pushing this, and it's a big majority of it. Like I said, the loudest people in the room be hoes when it comes to the social media. So when you talk about how the average woman would be influenced by that, even if she doesn't know, it's very high. So they're going to have certain tendencies of wanting to be a hoe to a degree. And it's very prevalent more today than ever. Because back in the day, hoes were subjugated to people that didn't have a strong foundation. So they had to grow up on the streets, and they basically stayed at the whorehouse. And that's how they survived. Literally, hoeing used to be an essential way to survive because of the lack of options, the lack of resources, the lack of family, the lack of a community. All those different things was the reason that women had to go to hoeing. And then there were some women that just loved that. In the Bible, it talked about a woman just loved to be fondled by the soldiers of the soldiers of Rome or whatever. So in some women, they just have that in them anyways. But the thing about today is that women have all the ways to make money the same as men. You could even say sometimes they have better opportunities than men. With I ain't even getting into all that, but I said sometimes, and you can argue. But essentially, them choosing to be hoes in this era is 10 times worse than if they would have did it in the 1600s when there were just whorehouses around. Because of the circumstances is way better, but yet it's more, the average woman is more prevalent to be, or more close to being a hoe than she ever was. If a woman had a good family, if a woman had a decent community, she'd have been all right. She'd have been taken care of. But nowadays, you could be a good house, good raising, and the woman's still gonna be like, I don't really need a man. I could just kind of live my party face till I'm 30, 35. I could be a hard girl. I can be a hot girl for about 8 years. If you can't tell that feminism has infiltrated everyone's mind, even men are softer. Men are weaker because of the constant attacks that feminists have given us and the ground that we gave up as men, trying to be diplomatic with women. And the most frustrating thing is we being gaslighted as men, right? Because we ain't the men that's been oppressing y'all. The men that's been oppressing and ain't been shit or making rules and laws and shit like that, that wasn't the average man. The average man needed his wife to be happy. The average man needed his wife to have motivation every day. So just beating on her and forcing her to do shit, that wasn't the average man. That was maybe some rich dude that couldn't get in trouble and all this other shit. So men trying to overcompensate for some bad behaviors that's not been indicative of all men. That in itself is gaslighting. They use this tactic like, oh, men, the patriarchy, they're so oppressive. But then you look at the average man, there's no history of that. At least black men for sure. But even then, like I can protest that I believe the average man did not abuse their wife even when they couldn't vote. Maybe I'm taking a fucking leap, but I doubt it. But that's what they make it seem like. And then men trying to be diplomatic and whatnot. Okay, maybe I could be a little rough. Maybe I should get in touch with my emotions. Then you see like romantic movies and shit that make you think, oh, this is the way to fall in love, or this is the way, and you start trying to be the man, this certain type of man for a woman and not being yourself. It's a bunch of shit where feminism has leaked into the average person. And for men, it's made men softer. It's made men more sensitive and more emotional. And vice versa, it made women more harder, more promiscuous. I cannot get that word out. More hoish, more cantankerous, more rebellious than ever. So when I say hoeing is in most women, it's because of feminism and how prevalent and how strong it has been through the last 50, 60 years. I know it's a tough and rough argument, but in the Bible, it says you are lucky to find a husband and wife, right? It's a blessing from God. That means it should be earned. That means it's not for everybody. So you could be out here trying to turn hoes into housewives or whatever. Try to just keep searching and being desperate. Or you could change your life and it's gonna come to you naturally, is how I see it. But end of the day, everybody ain't gonna be a husband. Everybody ain't gonna be a wife. And even furthermore than that, most people not built for it. Especially in this day and age when we lost so many traditions and shit in America. And bro, we so fucked in America, bro. Like I be laughing. Like women, modern women today, or people in general, the cheating conversation comes up a lot. Oh, I got cheated on. All this happened to me. All that happened to me. I'm so traumatized. I'm so this. Were you married? No. Well, were y'all even staying together? No. How long was y'all together? 2 or 3 months. It's like even the expectations of where we at in this world don't be aligning to like shit in my mind. So what I'm really trying to say is like, life is a clear way, but they expect a different expectation. So essentially dating market creates like hoeing environment because you trying shit, you testing shit or whatever, right? And that come with the game. But it's like the women be like, I don't need a man, I don't need a husband, I don't want to be a wife, that's too much. But then you'll put the ideas that's wrapped around marriage into the expectations of the expectations of marriage into the flow of what just a regular relationship is. And then when it don't work or you get disappointed, you want to call it trauma. And once again, the dating culture and being able to just do whatever you want with your body and do all these different things, that's all products of feminism, man. Idea of being you could be a hoe and a housewife, these are products of feminism, man. But I had to get this off my chest. I keep seeing these TikToks. I keep seeing this dumbass shit. I don't know how many times I gotta see another girl acting like she's goofy, but she's really trying to twerk and show off her ass or her beauty and get more fame from that and more clout from that. Am I a hater? No, but I do realize the dangers of that. If a man, if a man got money, right, and every time people come to him, it's only about the conversations of money, he's gonna get cold. He's gonna get callous. He's gonna get like he's gonna start to feel like, oh, people only want me for my money or whatever. It's no different with women, bro. Like, they end up putting themselves in these trauma bubbles through they own behaviors, bro. This shit funny when I be seeing this shit. But I said with the money shit, that's what's valuable to men. So it's no different than women. That's what's valuable to them. They show off their looks and stuff. But when your world becomes wrapped around showing that, you get lost in it quickly. And that's what be dangerous. Like, yeah, I get it. You trying to be cute and stuff like that, but that shit's dangerous. And she can act goofy, but this is them showing their silhouette of their body. I'm sure she got it's a dude that's her type in them DMs or that follow her, and she's happy about it. And she gonna use him along with probably 3 other dudes that look just like him as well, bro. Let's see what the thing say. When you told your friends you were going to focus on yourself for a while until you found out how many people are waiting on you to become single again. You already knew people wanted you. Stop capping. I'm never gonna stop doing this. And the sad part is, this is all they have to offer. It ain't no wifey in there. Ain't no submissiveness in there. Just straight ass and twerking and cantankerousness. Like, that's all it be, bro. And these modern women, bro. And then you can't tell me that it's not at this end of the day. They be full of themselves, overinflated, and I mean, how can you blame them? They're fucking celebrities. 2.3 million views. I know, oh, this Bryce Hall, he got a tag or some shit, but at the end of the day, these people be borderline celebrities. And they gonna post many of these views. And if you use it right, bro, you can get money off this shit. And I ain't even on no OnlyFans shit. All I'm saying, that shit can get very dangerous. Damn, bitch, what you riding a horse? That shit gotta be real. Crazy. It's definitely crazy. I'm not acting like it's not, but this girl will not stop. Like, there's no mental illness here. No one's gonna say that. No one's gonna say she's thirsty. This is her 4th time doing this. This is thirsty as hell. Can we admit the people that post thirst traps are just as thirsty as the people that like it? This is the 5th time I seen her make a video with this. The 5th different outfit. Shout out to Emma. She got the ass, but this is not thirsty. Like, maybe like the women that give thirst traps are not thirsty for sex, and that's the only difference. At the end of the day, they thirsty for something. Attention, money, fame, something. So, in my eyes, I'm tired of men being the ones that just the only one get flack for being thirsty and shit like that. When I see every other week, it's a woman disguising herself as being goofy or trying to be goofy, but she really just trying to show off that ass. And at some point, bro, we gotta call it out. She's thirsty. Both sides of the picture is thirsty. Person posting thirst traps and the person absorbing it. It's a 2-way street. It's a bridge of when it comes to attention. So I'm here to call it out, man.
my feet on 'em. I ain't even gotta touch the bitch cause her baby daddy beat on. No, for real, beat her ass, then he skeet on 'em. Kicking big shit with my kicking big
What
shit
the
with my
fuck? I get it, you being confident, but fuck. And the thing of it is like, bro, when I like it's so it fucks with your mind so bad. Like I tried to use the rich person and them being used for their money, but like, bro, when I see a video I posted get 1,000 views, I watch that hell like 100 times. If I got a video that got 16,000 views, I'm gonna go watch that hell like 10 times. I'm gonna go, depending on how long it is. I'm gonna go watch that hell, right? And when I watch it, I'm gonna be smiling. I'm gonna be proud of myself. I'm gonna be like, look what I accomplished. And the thing is like, you shouldn't feel that way as far as outside validation. But let's be realistic. If you're doing stuff like with intellectual, if you're doing stuff that's like built on character and integrity, and people are agreeing with you, you have a right to be proud of yourself. But it's these women will twerk, get these views. She gon' let's not watch this one. This goofy woman gonna watch this video 50 times back because every time she get a like, she gonna watch herself back. And that's how it is. When you get a like, you be like, oh shit. And what I did again? It's like you gonna watch it, and you know most of the time you gonna watch it about 10 times after you got that like I really did eat that hoe. So she gonna do the same thing, bro. And that's gonna lead to her being more inflated in her head because oh, she got these likes, and look what she's doing for those likes. That's how she earned those likes. Does it again. So the thirst, the level of insanity, the level of them thinking so highly of themselves can grow so fucking rapid, so fucking fast. And that's why Muslim women cover up. Dead ass. Dead ass. Dead ass. Let me stop. I'm trolling now.
That thing was bouncing.
And they're gonna be proud of themselves like they did an AR crossover over Jordan. That's what fucks with these women heads, bro. Think about AI crossing Jordan over. Millions of people watch that shit over and over and over again. AI watched that shit over and over and over again. Why? Because it was a dude that was at his athletic pinnacle, the best in the world, Michael Jordan, going up against somebody else at they pinnacle, but is young. Two people that the amount of work that they have to be put in to even get to this stage, because not only are they in the NBA, they're at the All-Star game, and not only are they at the All-Star game, they are the center of attention at the All-Star game. So that crossover and people being amazed, and AI or Jordan maybe watching that shit back 100 or 1,000 times, it's like, well, at least they fucking earned it. Think about the magnitude of that event, or think about a dude getting crossed in football, or a dude getting routed in football. How many times that person had to run that route, or a person knocking somebody out in the UFC or boxing? How many times did that person have to throw that punch? These bitches not even dancing good. Some of these bitches riding horses. Some of them look like they having seizures, but 1 million views. So now they get to get the same inflated ego as somebody that accomplished shit that really did 1,000 kicks or 1,000 punches. And this would be frustrating men because this has always been prevalent. A woman could get in the same rooms just because her beauty alone, that a man that put in hundreds of tireless hours of blood, sweat, and tears to get into certain rooms and to get into certain spaces, all a woman had to do was look good. And then you got the nerve to kind of nag a nigga? What? We're not on the same playing field. What you have to do to get through society versus what I have to do is not on the same playing field. And then you can do little twerking shit to get just as much content and clout as a person that is really trying to be thoughtful, a person that's really trying, like they're watching me. My TikTok videos get 500K and 500. It ain't even the 500 and, it's just 500. This bitch got 1,000,001. No talent, no nothing. But this is going to inflate their head, and that's the problem with social media, bro, especially with Instagram versus Twitter. Because you're not really incentivized to do anything but show ass on Instagram. Obviously, there's people on Instagram getting views and likes and shit that's not just doing that. They're more creative with their views or their artistic work. They actually know how to take beautiful pictures and shit like that. But then there's those women that just taking hotel pictures and calling themselves models. No, they basically just wearing a thong or naked. Just stop it. So that be, I feel like, a big loss in things when it comes to this whole shit. And not understanding why men be so frustrated and men be ready to call all women hoes.
Where is the chicken salad from? 81st Deli.
Kicking big shit with my feet on him. I ain't even gotta touch the bitch cause her baby daddy beat on. For real, beat her ass, then he skeet on him. Shit, and he might even be on him. If I pour my fat wood, bitch so broke that she ran out of tissue and wiped the stank ass with a pat wood. But it's time to close the curtains. Bitch is so whack. Kicking big shit with my feet on him. I ain't even gotta touch the bitch cause her baby
Can't even fucking dance. Ain't even doing the dance right, but hey, 427K. And I'm not gonna be unrealistic and say that these women are not beautiful, right? But they're a dime a dozen. And these women gonna think they should get a billionaire and they should get a millionaire because they got 1 million in views, so that should be at least the amount of money that a nigga gotta make a year. I got 500K in likes, that's how much my nigga should be making a year. And let's be real, you're gonna end up with an old geezer or nobody because it's only so many men out there making that amount of money. So it's like, yeah, you're inflating yourself, you feel beautiful, you're definitely vain as hell, but all of that leads to no results because, yeah, you feel like you're so beautiful. Well, you're so beautiful, you have priced yourself out of the market. And that does nothing for nobody, not even you. So a lot of times, bro, this shit just leads to fucked up heads of these women. They think they're better than what they are or deserve more than what they should get. Because they, like I said, they see likes. Look at this, bro. How many women you see doing this now? It's like whole titties be out, everything but the nipple nowadays. Like, well, if I ain't showing nipple, it ain't a titty. First it used to be the top, then it used to just be the side crevice. It should be the side crevice. Now it's the underneath, right, left, everything but the middle. And next is gonna be that too. Vain, bro. Proud of herself. Happy, confident. Know she about to get likes. On some shit that all she had to do was be naked. And that's the gimmick, right? I love amateurs, right? I'm being funny like when we talk about porn. I love amateurs, right? Or like strip clubs. I don't like strip clubs because, like, you know you're not gonna talk to none of those women. You know you're not gonna really take any of those women serious. So it's cool, but there's no intimacy. Like, so getting to see an average or a regular woman do the things that you would want or do or imagine. This is like a celebrity or some shit like that to a degree. It's like, I'm curious on what an average woman looks like. Because obviously, you know what the women of the whole natures, you've seen their body types, you've seen all that. You want to see what average women or women that don't have they body done or women that it just, the male curiosity of seeing an average woman naked is big right now. That's why OnlyFans is a thing right now. It's like, this was the girl I grew up with that I had a crush on. Like, fuck Rihanna. Like, yeah, everybody has a crush on Rihanna, but this was like a girl like I had feelings for. I feel like I could get. Now I can kind of see what was behind the door, even though she denied me. It's a big market in that right now. And this amateur hoeing, it's like, I'm not a hoe. You're not gonna find anything on OnlyFans, but I'm going to tease the fuck out of you and make you think and imagine and watch this shit over again. Masculine as hell. This is the 6th video I've seen of her. At least she tired of doing it. I can see it in her face. Look, and this dude, he in the back being insecure as hell. As he should be, because she's selling herself right here. And he like, nah, you can't turn all the way around. You just can show the side portrait. And I'm going to be in the background, so you can't even. And it was funny. They look like they're on vacation. And she's still out here marketing herself. Girl, if you don't get off fucking TikTok trying to show your ass and trying to impress other people. And that's what make a nigga sick. You gonna go post this and act all innocent and fucking love the interaction, love the engagement you get from these people, these random people. When I'm out here still doing for you, it's like, nah, man, I can't. You can't be taking no girl serious like that, bro. This is marketing, bro. If y'all don't see anything else, this is marketing and them selling themselves, man. But that's it, man. That's it. I gotta use it in some more shit. But thank y'all for pulling up and watching, man. I'm gonna clip this up, making it to some shorts and stuff like that. Y'all stay tuned. I'll probably drop some more content today or tomorrow. But we will see. Stay tuned. Peace. I got fucking Temple. I ain't even really. Oh, they keep your same thumbnail from the other day. That's hilarious.